What is going on, B-Dad Patriot Gardeners? It's your buddy Murdoch. And well, everybody keeps asking about the sweet potatoes and the onions and all this good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and just make another little quick video, throw it up, and hopefully answer a few questions and show you guys how this is done. So real quick drop, I got some black Krim tomatoes that were harvested today. This is actually the second time we pulled some tomatoes off this one plant, and I'd say it's doing pretty good. Got a cucumber today for the first time, and so yeah, we got the sweet potatoes. I actually have another video that's up on the site here. I'll go back and look for it and then repost it just to show you guys what's going on. When it's a little bit cooler outside, you can start the little shoots directly into soil. But during the summertime, I like to give them a head start. They're going to need those roots really to start drawing up moisture, especially when it's warm outside. Anything above 80, 85 degrees, you put a plant outside that does not have established roots that you're trying to get to root, and it's going to die. Just real quick, plant 101. So yeah, we take the sweet potato. I guess it doesn't really matter what end. I kind of just stuck the end that didn't have the growths on it and bit in the quart jar and just kind of shoved it in there and left it in, put about an inch of water. And this one actually grew extreme roots in the bottom, which is what I was posting the pictures of just a moment ago. And yeah, it will grow these little shoots. At first I was cutting them off. Like you can see right here, and giving them a little bit of the potato when I was planting it. It actually was like a little piece of seed potato. Seemed to help out a lot. Never really lost any plants, so everything took off well. When I'm doing the little shoots in water, like you can see right here, oh yeah, look at all those roots. I just literally, once these guys get about, 3 or 4 inches long, I just reach down, grab a hold of these little guys, and just pop it right off. Throw it in a jar of water, and a few days later, well, that right there happens. And you get a bunch of roots and a nice little shoot, and look at that. That thing's ready to go, and who knows how many sweet potatoes that'll make. But these things breed like rats, and it's ridiculous. This one potato has made me about 50 of these, at least, in the last 6 months. So, 1, 2 potatoes in the windowsill, I think you'll be doing good. Now on to the onion portion of this video. Somebody had posted a comment earlier about, trying to do the onion restart in water, on just like that right there, and their onion kind of rotted. So I'm going to actually see if I can figure out what was going on with that. Here we have 2 different onions. This one is store-bought and ready to chop up and go in some stir fry, some barbecue, shish kebabs, all that good Patriot stuff. This one here, boy, it's just kind of sad, and it's like, hey Murdoch, I'd really rather go in the garden. And I'm like, I really couldn't agree more, because one way or another, you're probably going to end up in my garden, whether it be in the compost heap or otherwise. So, and it's like, it really is trying to grow here. You can see these little green tops. This is what you're looking for. I really, honestly, until the onion senesces, the bulb itself senesces just a little bit and starts producing that inner growth, I've never taken a fully bulbous onion like this that hasn't sat for a really long time and actually shoved it in the ground or put it on a jar. It's always been the ones that are, like I said, Murdoch, I want to grow. These guys, this is what you're looking for. And then I take them and set them on a jar, and they grow roots like that. And I know these guys will grow roots, but I don't know if the bulb will senesce fast enough based off of the water absorption that it's going to have sitting on that jar of water to actually form the bulb inside. And I'll show you what I mean by that. I've actually got an onion that's about ready to split, so we're going to go ahead and do that here. So once you get to this stage and it's doing this and saying, "Oh, Patriot Gardener, please just plant me," you know, this is when you want to take this guy, put him on a jar of water like that, so that this base is barely touching. You want him to try to have to reach. See these little dried roots right here on the bottom? You want those to barely touch the water. You don't want this bulb getting wet because it will really rot and it will stink and you won't like it. A few weeks later, you can start to see our bulb is senescing quite well here. It's actually grown quite, quite bigger. And the bulb, you'll start to notice the outside is starting to get a little mushy. It's like, huh, what's going on? It's like the onion is just disappearing. Actually, the onion is sacrificing itself so that it can make these other little onions inside. This one here is actually going to make 3 bulbs. I can see 1, 2, and 3. So then we come on over to, we'll look at those right now. Then we come over to this red onion, which I've actually had sitting on a jar for quite a while. I actually have not filled this up again since I put it on originally. So it has drank about, 3/4 of a quart jar of water during its life. But boy, look at it. This thing is just so mushy. And look at these guys. They're like, "Oh, we want to be free. Free us, Murdoch. Free us." So without further ado, look at those roots. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to attempt to do this one-handed. Once your onion reaches this, which is about a 6-week process, you're going to just start peeling back the onion. Oh, it's like Christmas in here. And yeah, it might, get a little mushy. It might get a little soggy towards the middle here. But once we get down past all this stuff, guess what we're going to find? Let's see, let's get rid of all this, what I would call the mother onion. And if you just pull straight down, it's kind of neat. It just, I know it looks kind of ragged, but it kind of actually just comes off in a skirt. Oh, and it's kind of like giving birth. And there we have inside 1, 2, 3 bulbous onions. So I'm going to take these guys over here real quick. And I'm going to put them in this colander, and I'm going to give them a quick rinse, just so I can get past all this mushy stuff and get a better vision for the camera. Wow, this actually smells really good, this red onion. And we're going to come over here, and we're going to take this, and this is going to go to the compost. Goodbye. And these guys tomorrow, I will split them apart. You can just literally, this is kind of hard to do with one hand. Let's see if I reach up here with the phone. Whoa, got it. And you can literally break it off just like that, and in the water it goes. And even if it doesn't have roots on it, it'll be fine, because in a day or two, it's going to grow some roots on it. And pretty much all these guys, you want to try to get some roots on each one, but if you don't, it's okay. So this guy got one. This guy got most of them, but in the water they're going to go till tomorrow, and then they will go in the garden. Now, you will see several videos online that tell you that you can't do that and regrow an onion from an onion. And if you watch my last video, I showed you how to take this to go to this. And ladies and gentlemen, before I knew to separate them, I just planted the mushy onion and then kind of shed it out when it got older. If you watch the other video, I pulled these 3 up. These were triplets. These 3 onions were grown in about, I want to say 5 months, 4 months, from a recycled onion that was destined for the compost heap. So keep that in mind, Patriots. There are lots of things. I'm going to try to do one on celery. I'm going to do one on beets. I'm going to do one on a lot of different vegetables. I'm going to show you guys how to start peaches from a peach pit from the store. Just go to the organic market, get 100% organic peach, and I'm going to show you how to start a tree, an apple seed. There's a whole bunch of different things that you can do that they told you couldn't. This is in May from one tomato plant in a pot. Had this plant been in the ground, these would have been 3 times the size, I'm sure, and I probably would have got 4 times this amount of tomatoes. I mean, the plant is still completely loaded with green tomatoes, but still, that being said. So yeah, hope this helps, Patriots. I'll be making some other videos on some other topics. You guys can make some suggestions, and we'll see what we can't do. I'm going to try to do some exotic stuff too. I saw a video on how to do kiwi. I would love to grow kiwi. Any of you guys want to grow some kiwi? Hopefully this helps. God bless and have a good night.